We have insight on how Americans feel about the Supreme Court's decision, now almost a year old, to overturn Roe versus Wade. A CBS poll shows 57% of people asked think the country's decision has been bad for the country. 43% said that decision has been good. CBS News political correspondent Caitlin Huey-Burns joins us now. Caitlin, always great to see you.
Good to see you, too. Well, in that year since that landmark Supreme Court decision overturned Roe versus Wade, abortion rights activists have been looking at states that have passed restrictions, and they're turning directly to the voters to pass constitutional amendments to preserve access. And now a CBS News investigation has found a coordinated campaign heavily funded by a leading Republican megadonor aimed at blocking those amendments.
These were the protests that broke out last month when the Republican-dominated Ohio legislature approved a controversial plan targeting abortion access. Lawmakers set a special election for August to decide whether amending the state constitution would now need 60% approval from Ohio voters, up from just over 50%.
It's misleading. It's deceptive.
Maureen O'Connor recently retired as the Republican Chief Justice of the Ohio Supreme Court. She says Republicans are pushing an August election at a time when turnout is historically low to make it easier to secure their agenda.
They're holding an August election so that they can have this 60% requirement in time for the November election, where there will be a ballot initiative to enshrine reproductive rights in our Constitution.
In a poll last year, 59% of Ohio voters said they believed abortion should be generally legal. In Kansas and Michigan, voters preserved abortion access with just under 60% approval.
That's why they chose the 60%.
So this was strategic?
Very much strategic. When you keep changing the rules and moving the goalposts, you are intentionally silencing the vote of the people.
As abortion rights groups in Ohio raise funds nationally for a November vote on the amendment, Ohio Republican Secretary of State Frank LaRose, who first called for the 60% measure, says changing the state constitution should be rare and require a broader consensus.
We don't want to see a really radical abortion amendment put in our state constitution. This is about good government. This is about protecting our state constitution from out-of-state special interests.
But a CBS News investigation discovered this very proposal was promoted by conservative out-of-state interests. In this 2021 memo, a Florida-based nonprofit called the Foundation for Government Accountability touted the 60% supermajority requirement.
They've tried to push this idea in South Dakota, in Arkansas, in Missouri, and now in Ohio.
Campaign finance expert Brendan Fisher says much of the foundation's support can be traced to Republican megadonor Richard Uihlein, a staunch opponent of abortion rights.
A foundation controlled by Dick Uihlein has given nearly $18 million to FGA.
As the 60% measure moves through the Ohio House,
we have less than a week to save Ohio's Constitution.
Uihlein gave more than $1 million to a campaign targeting Republican lawmakers on the fence.
It's time for State Representative Al Catrona to stop the liberal takeover of Ohio.
The campaign was effective, and on August 8th, Ohio voters will get the final say.
Can we count on a no vote from you in August?
Yes.
Okay, awesome. Thank you.
So, Major, speaking of that August election, that's happening at a time that people really aren't paying attention. It's August. Republicans had actually voted to eliminate August special elections for that very reason. They decided to bring them back for this. Turnout in the last August election was 8%. So critics are saying that this is going to be a small number of people deciding how to amend something like the state constitution.
That is a very big issue. And yet, we have the Kansas experience from last year when the assumption was turnout would be low and predictable. It was neither. So you never be sure.
Right. And we saw on the ground canvassing efforts to make sure that people are made aware of what this means and what it means for November when the abortion measure should be on the ballot.
So we also have some new, as we indicated in the open, Caitlin, CBS News polling on the entire debate about abortion. Let us know some of the numbers.
Well, we see the numbers kind of reflected in what we've seen in these ballot measures passed in other states. Our poll showed about 57% said the overturning of Roe was bad for the country. And that also kind of speaks to what we addressed in this piece of reporting, which was that those who are trying to stop these or make it harder for these amendments to pass are really looking at those numbers, a lot of critics say, because when you look at, 57% is kind of around the number that these other measures have passed. We also see in our polling some interesting numbers about how women feel about pregnancy and delivery in states where abortion has been restricted or banned. And I think that's a really important element, too. I was just in Mississippi last week covering how that state has addressed some of these issues in the wake of Roe. Of course, Mississippi was at the center of that Dobbs decision. And we found that a lot of people were trying to step up to fill these voids in maternal care. NICU units have closed in the poorest regions of the state. Labor and delivery units have closed. An OBGYN I spoke with said that delivery is just very dangerous, and she's trying to train emergency workers to help in those rural areas. So a lot of disparities still exist, and that's why we're kind of seeing in our polling people reporting that they think it's dangerous.
So the attitudes where women who live in states where abortion rights have been restricted, they feel it's more dangerous, and that's reflective of what they see as a siphoning away of related services that are not about abortion.
Exactly, and that's something that when we have done reporting and talked to OBs and care providers, that's what they're pointing to. Especially when we talk about medication abortion and other items, there is this concern that it's not addressing, things that people really need when they are having a miscarriage. The doctors kind of feeling stifled in terms of potential litigation or not knowing what the laws on the books
what
actually
advice they can give, what advice they can't, what things they may say or do that might put them in legal jeopardy. They're nervous about all that.
Exactly. And so for a lot of people, this goes beyond the procedure and more at the issue of all the uncertainty.
The ramifications continue. Caitlin Huey-Burns, thank you so very much.